Okay, so I briefly want to talk about hypocrisy. Now, you may have heard this term before, but basically, a hypocrite is someone who says one thing and does the opposite. Now, most of the time, this is they say, be a good person, be polite, be kind, and then when they act, they're rude and they're snide and they're sarcastic and those types of things. Usually, they are putting on a front of saying, hey, I'm really nice and sweet, when deep down, they're really not. Now, when we think of examples of this, think of like the most basic example I can think of is teachers in the school. So when my red sign is up and I say that you can't be on your phones, I make a point to not be on my phone because to me, it would be hypocritical if I kept you from going on your personal device, but I could go on it whenever I wanted, right? If you think about, if you've ever had a parent say, hey, don't do, this specific thing, and then you catch them in the middle of doing it themselves. That would be a hypocritical moment. Same thing with any political leaders that put on a front of being like, I'm this upstanding, upright, moral person, and then a scandal breaks. All of these things are hypocritical, again, where the person is saying one thing and doing the other. So this is a huge theme in To Kill a Mockingbird when we think of Maycomb as a character, because Maycomb, the county, is kind of its own character. The people in Maycomb are incredibly hypocritical, and we've seen that a lot already. But these chapters are where it really like punches you in the face, where you're like, wow, these people think they are so upstanding and right and moral and perfect, and then they say these absolutely horrific things. So when we look at this, our big two examples in these chapters are the ladies at like the kind of brunch tea time at with Aunt Alexandra, and then the teacher talking about Adolf Hitler. And so when you read this, you're going to see, okay, these two people are very hypocritical. But what is that telling us? Why is Harper Lee kind of highlighting this idea of, wow, people during this time would think that they were all perfect and high and mighty while these atrocities were happening right next door. And they were not only benefiting from it, but they were actively involved in it. So think about that. Keep that in mind while you read or as you look back as you read, hypocrisy and that kind of connection. Because remember, too, Scout is really innocent. She's really young and she doesn't understand why people are doing this. We understand it to a sense just because we're like, yeah, everybody wants to be a good person and wants people to like them. Even if you don't do the things that you say, you want people to think that you're helping the environment and those types of things. But Scout does not understand this at all, so she really struggles with this. So looking at hypocrisy in the town and the hypocrisy of the